Welcome to Make It with Mod Podge. Today I've got a really fun fabric decoupage tutorial for you. My name's Cathie and I'm going to walk you through all the steps to make these adorable spring, a little bit Eastery vibed village houses. And one cool thing about these is they also double as storage. So a really cute, fun place where you can add anything from craft supplies to kids' little toys to little knickknacks, things like that. Now for this project, we're using fabric. We're not using paper or napkins, but you could do that also. We're gonna attach our fabric using Mod Podge Matte, and we're attaching them straight onto these cardboard or chipboard houses. You can find houses like these online and at different craft stores. You're usually over in the wood section. Now I did use a variety of paints from Plaid. I've got some multi-surface in white, and I'm using some apple barrel and multi-surface in folk art. This is a really fun and easy project. You are going to need an iron to get that crease at the really nice edge there on the bottom, but other than that, this is a great beginner project. Okay, for this project, I'm using 100% cotton fabric and a selection of paints from Folk Art and Apple Barrel. The first thing that you want to do is paint your paper mache house. We're going to add the paint anywhere where you're not going to have the fabric. So for this house in particular, I'm just painting the base of it and I'm painting the roof. Now for the roof, I'm doing two tones. I'm adding my color and then I'm using Folk Art multi-surface in white to give them a nice sparkly white clean rooftop. It does kind of a little bit look like snow, so if you were doing this in a holiday or winter fabrics, you could do white and even add a little glitter or something like that to it. Next, you're going to cut some fabric that will fit around your entire house. On the bottom edge, you're going to iron a tiny bit of the fabric up. You want to just put a nice crisp edge in there. And now you're ready to Mod Podge. We're going to add our Mod Podge to the front of the little paper house. And when it comes to laying the fabric on it, you're going to lay the fabric from the center. So you're going to start with it in the center, on the center of the house. You'll just place it right down on there and then press with your hands and smooth it out. And you will continue to Mod Podge and glue the fabric down all the way around the house. I'm using a nice even coat of Mod Podge. You don't need too little, you don't need too much. Then you can trim off the excess on the top and save that excess for another project. You just need to trim it, I don't know, about a half an inch or so from the edge of the box. Now I'm going to cut those corners so that I can get nice flat corners going in. That's important because we want our lid or our roof to still fit on. Then we'll just add a little bit of Mod Podge to the inside and then flap over that fabric to secure it to the inside of the box. Once the sides are all flapped over and glued down with Mod Podge, I like to let it sit for, I don't know, about a half hour before I cut into the windows. Now to cut into the windows, you can use a variety of tools. Any kind of a craft knife blade or mini scissors work great. And you're gonna just go in and cut some crisscrosses, like sort of an X shape, on all of the parts that you want to open up. For this house, I'm just doing the door and the lower windows because I want to use these as storage boxes. So just go in with your craft knife or the scissors and you'll cut an X through each of those openings. Then you'll just add a little bit of Mod Podge to the inside and wrap those pieces over to secure them and glue them into the back of the house. And you'll just repeat this on each of the little windows or any of the parts that you want to open up. Now I did this design in our blue fabric, flower fabric here. I also did the larger house in some of our pink and yellow flowers. Love how this one turned out. And we did this cute little yellow daisy style. Now to finish off our houses, you can add a variety of materials. I'm gonna use these really cool flowers. I got them to match my fabric colors. So you can just trim them with wire clippers and you can really just hot glue them wherever you want. But you could add little picket fences, you could add little tiny dolls or little figurines. There's so many different little miniatures at the craft store that you can add to these. Really just customize it however you want. Thank you guys so much for joining me today on this episode of Make It with Mod Podge. I hope you learned a little bit more about fabric decoupage and how you can use your Mod Podge mat to attach any fabric that you love to paper mache surfaces. There's tons of them out there, so find something fun and get crafty. And as usual, we will be back here on Thursday at Facebook and Saturday at YouTube. Make sure you use the hashtags Mod Podge and Plaid Crafts so everybody back in Atlanta can see what you're making. Bye guys, have a great week.